Grizzled Geek reacts to RWBY, the best RWBY reaction show on the Grizzled Geek Network.
Ever.
Welcome to Volume 2 recap. I'm Mike.
I'm Shane.
I'm Kirsten.
Doug.
Melissa.
And we did it. We're through 2 volumes of RWBY now.
Yay.
We've been telling you guys what we thought about it, reacting. You've been watching it with us. We appreciate it. And now we're going to sit down and we're going to discuss what we thought about it this season. Or this volume.
Volume.
Man, I thought I was done with that. All right.
It never goes away.
So, Kirsten, if a faunus is in the dark, how
Did you know they can see?
They can do what?
They can,
Who can do what?
They can ocean.
Not
What?
all of them.
Not all of them. We're going to discuss
maybe.
We're going to start right off the bat with the faunus scene in the dark bit. I know a lot of you guys corrected us on the faunus scene in the dark, but we ran into a bit of a problem with that. Go ahead, Doug. Spoil it for him.
Oh, well, if you go with all faunus can see in the dark, which somebody made a good argument that not all can,
Yeah.
then Blake's plan was really stupid.
Yeah.
Although I have some thoughts on that.
But the only person who should have been affected by her plan, if we take that all faunus can see in the dark, is Torchwick. Yet he immediately followed them out in the robot.
Yeah.
So that
But
didn't do anything.
He was on the stage when she turned out the lights.
Right.
And you were saying, oh, but all the faunus are against them. But that was a recruitment meeting. So
Oh, I
they
guess
weren't-
that's true.
They
Yeah.
weren't part of his team yet.
I would also argue that it's possible that these mechs have night vision, so when he hops in, if he can crawl into it, he might be
Right.
able to follow.
Well, it was just
Yeah.
that he immediately followed them out. So
Yeah.
it was
Right.
like the point.
Right.
But
But if you're in a room full of faunus, why would you turn the lights off?
He was, but he would still have to get into the robot, get situated, power it up, and follow them. But he was immediately on their tail, so he was not slowed down at all by it being
Yeah.
dark.
Maybe it takes them a couple of seconds to adjust too, so that's
That
the
could
only
be
time they
too.
need to make the
Maybe faunus can't see when they got in the dark when they got the masks on.
Oh, that's true.
See?
It's part to control them, not as a symbol, just to control
Someone
them.
had suggested that it depends on the animal, like the faunus
Yeah.
that they're
Yeah.
based
That is
off
probably-
of, which makes sense. Some
That probably
like
makes
cats
more
can
sense.
see in the dark, but like butterflies maybe not, or
Yeah.
The
deer
rabbits- the
maybe
rabbit one
not.
can't see
The rabbit one.
Yeah.
We'll have to-
Oh,
Rabbit might be
maybe, I
able-
don't know. If they're
I'll have to go look on
The
the
deer.
wiki and find out.
Right.
Channel, look it up for us.
Yeah.
So-
But anyways,
One other thing I got.
that was all just still being silly anyway. So.
Yeah.
I gotta say one thing that bothers me about the faunus is the double ears, right? The double ears bother me for some
The
reason.
double ears.
Yeah, all faunus have
Bunny
the
ears
Right.
and regular human
Yeah, they got
ears.
regular human ears and they got animal ears.
Well, if they have ears from their animal. Not all faunus share the same trait that they get.
Yeah, so if they have animal ears, they also have human ears.
But that would make them super hearing.
Yeah,
One
so like the
That
bunny
would
rabbit
be
one
way
has
better.
rabbit ears and then it has human ears. Like Blake has cat ears on top of her head and
Yeah.
regular ears on the side of her
But
head.
it would look
Maybe
weird.
they're born deaf, and the only way that they can hear is through their faunus ears.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe there's like a genetic thing that goes along with it.
Then
That
why-
they're
Or
hard
maybe
of
the
hearing.
animators just didn't think about
I
that.
will say the one that bothers me the most is the ones from when they're wearing the masks because they have their ears, the human ears sticking out of their masks, and they have the animal ears sticking out of the top of their mask. So they purposely made holes for both sets of
Yeah.
ears in the mask, but not as
Well,
cool looking as a tusk.
You've
one.
got to mass-produce masks, right? So everyone has regular ears, and then like the ears that come out are usually part of the hood. So I imagine they probably cut it out to show that I'm part of the white fang. I am a faunus
That's
to
right,
like
represent.
show, yeah.
Represent. Although if I had bunny ears, I'd be like so pissed. Out of all the
You
animals,
make such a cute bunny guy.
like a rabbit, nature's victim. Like that's what I would mean. All right. Going on. Start off. I think the season started off strong. I mean, there's some good fights this season,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Starting off with the big food fight.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was awesome.
That was the best day ever.
One of my favorite episodes in the entire
Oh man, it is amazing. Just basically, you saw how the animation got stepped up. Basically, you know, you have to showcase everybody's powers.
Well, I gave you that nice combat scene that you really didn't get in Volume 1 except for, Chapter 8.
Yeah, exactly.
Even the end fight was kind of anticlimactic at that point, but it was still good.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you kick off with a giant fight.
A giant fight, yeah. And you got to see how well those kids eat at that school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Swordfish and turkeys.
Watermelon.
when you're raising the kingdom's defenders, literally,
That is
Yeah.
true.
you know, it's
They get swordfish in their school, so I mean that's
whole swordfish. They get the carve, they get the gut.
Yeah, scales off or nothing. It's
yeah, that nose is delicious. But
nice and sharp.
Yeah.
Weiss tried to feed it to several people.
that's
She
true.
did.
So yeah, besides that fight, there were some pretty memorable fights this season.
Yeah.
What was your guys' favorite? Kirsten, what do you got?
Oh my god. It's a hard choice because we just finished 12, or yeah, it was before 12, 11, where we got to see the big bad guys that they are up against, like Neo and whatnot, and that
Oh, yeah.
was crazy awesome to see
Yeah,
the
Neo's
dust.
fighting. Yeah, that was.
Like the
No
dust in
breaks.
action and
yeah.
the girls and these new bad guys that they'll be
Oh.
up against.
Yeah, and by the way, another congrats to you guys. You noticed when Weiss gave
Blake
Blake the dust,
Right.
Yeah.
and realized what it was.
Yeah.
Most
Yeah.
people are too busy screaming and cawing to notice that.
I thought that was really cool, and then I guess did it take some of the traits, because then Blake,
Yeah,
when
her shadows
her
used the trait
shadow
of it.
went into a
It was
ice.
either ice or
Right.
fire
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
Stone.
Yeah.
All right, Doug. What was your favorite battle?
I think it's still the street fight when they fight
the match?
Oh, that
Torchwick
was
and
really cool. Yeah.
because it's the first time. Well, I guess the food fight you see him act as a team, but it's the first time you see him really unload with their powers and all the things they can do, including Yang's semblance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
it's the
was
first time you get
nice
to see her
see.
semblance, which is awesome.
And it's great to be able to compare how they had to work to take down that one mech to how their
Oobleck.
teacher
Oobleck, yeah.
takes it down by himself with the dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the dog.
Fast dog special.
All right, Melissa, what do you think?
I think that, what was it, the episode with no breaks? Where
Oh,
they're
right.
fighting on
Oh,
top
yeah.
of trains.
Oh, in front of
Right.
yeah.
Was like the best, because we got to, well, like we were saying, Yang kind of met her match
Yeah.
or more
Right.
with Neo. I loved her fighting thing, and then of course the dog being dropped.
Yeah.
Propelled forward.
And then
Rocket dog.
meeting who we think is Ruby's mom,
Yeah.
Or
Yes.
somebody's mom.
somebody's mom. So
Your
that
mom.
was some
Your mom.
intrigue.
Your mom.
Mom.
Your mom. Then again, it's like it's a theme.
I'll tell you, I think I like the season finale fight when you actually got to see what real hunters,
Yeah.
the full-fledged hunters come out and,
Yeah.
Right.
Or the upper grade students.
or the
Yeah,
upgrade
upgrade
students,
students.
yeah.
They
the
just add
handbag,
stuff.
and they're just like, what?
You like realize, because you look at the girls, you're like, they're so
Yeah.
badass.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, wow. And then there's these people that are on this whole other level.
Right.
And you're like, wow. I don't know, Shane, you have a different one?
I still really like the kung fu fight just because it's a
Kung
kung
fu
fu fight. But yeah, I mean the fight scenes in the train where and like you guys said, once you get to see the more experienced hunters in action and realize how far the girls have to go,
Yeah.
that's one of the important things of the season, in my opinion. But yeah, and then of course the coffee fight is just because the soundtrack is so awesome.
Yeah. The
Oh,
coffee
yeah.
song was awesome.
Caffeine!
If you didn't notice, that's what I picked for the intro for this season.
Yeah, yeah.
The opening for that song.
I actually love in the final chapter when Goodwitch shows up and she just looks like pissed, like,
Yeah.
what did you guys do?
Yeah.
Whap, fix everything.
I thought she
Like,
always comes
oh.
in just like, I gotta fix it all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she's
she's
just
doing
definitely-
to clean up everything.
Yeah.
She definitely had the mom face.
Yeah.
She did.
Definitely.
She did.
All
What
right.
have you done?
Last season, we all got a chance to sit down and pick our favorite characters. Let's see if they might have changed any, because we always obviously had a whole other season under our belt. We got to see more
Volume.
people, volume under our belt. So, Melissa, I believe Blake was your favorite. Is she still?
Well, I really do like her, but now it's I don't know if I'm gonna get some shade for this, but my favorite character is actually a villain now. I really like Neo, because I just think
Oh.
she's
I
really
agree.
cool, and I like her the way that she
The whole
has
parasol.
her parasol, that kind of like she does sort of fencing with it, and then she just like,
Nice.
So that's kind of cool. So I guess she's my favorite villain.
Yeah.
So.
Doug, what do you think? We were Ruby?
I was
That-
Ruby. She definitely was not the focus this volume. I mean, she had a lot of scenes, but it really developed the other characters a lot more than her this volume. I actually like Blake a lot now, seeing her semblance, because she never really used it in Volume 1.
Yeah, she was.
Or if she did, it was very subtle and you didn't really know what she was doing.
Yeah, she uses it all the way from the trailer, and unless you know that's her semblance, it just it's really fast.
Yeah, it just looks like she's jumping around and stuff.
Yeah.
So now actually seeing, especially in the fight against Torchwick, how she used her semblance, that was pretty awesome. So
awesome.
It's a toss-up between her and Ruby. I still just really like Ruby's weapon and just
she has
her whole
awesome
character concept.
Personality
Is awesome.
is
Her
just-
personality.
Yeah.
Because she's the one who's she's always upbeat, always like, we're fighting the good fight.
She's the heart of the show.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, Kirsten, you weren't with us for season 1, but who is your favorite here?
He can't help it.
I love Yang so much. She is my pun master that I aspire to. She's beautiful and wonderful, and I love her semblance. Although, I will say, I started loving Yang. I think I really like Neo. I'm interested to see what happens with Neo. And I love that she's like colored Neapolitan, so that's fun too.
Eyes, too.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the. All right, Shane, what was your favorite last year?
Last year.
Last
Now we're
volume.
just going off the rails.
Yeah, for Volume 2, it's hard to remember who my favorite was at the time. But
Who'd you pick for volume 1?
for Volume 1 was Ruby, and then
Yeah.
when we did the mid-season, it was Ruby still, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
I thought you liked Nora. You said you liked Nora.
Nora's my favorite.
Yeah.
But at the time in the show,
Yeah, as a volume 2, I can't.
as of the-
I like her, but she hasn't really been around.
Right.
she's
Yeah,
been
we've
like
seen
Really been in
episodes.
2 episodes.
Yeah.
2 or 3 episodes. But yeah, probably Ruby with a close second from Yang, because I like when people punch things.
Yeah.
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 And she's got like gun punchers, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shotgun you in the face.
When she reloads, she's like,
yeah.
it's like really cool.
Shotgun.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how she does with the dust. Like what changes with her fighting style with the dust.
Huh?
Well,
Maybe.
she already uses explosive dust. All her ammunition is dust.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
Does Ruby's dust turn into petals? Is that how come the petals come out?
no, that's part of her.
That's part of her
semblance.
semblance.
Okay.
When she moves really quick, just
Got it.
takes off. Well, I see. I think mine. I think I said I was interested in Nora, but I think I picked what? Was it Ruby? I don't remember who I liked first season. But
John.
it was John. It was John. Oddly enough, I was going to pick John again.
Well, he does. He
Yeah, I
has
mean,
that right in the middle of the
this-
volume. He has some good.
He was part of my favorite. I mean, he wasn't like a big fan of Swinky Battle or anything like that, but that was part of my favorite part of this season. Is the whole
The romance.
John Pyrrha kind of
Yeah.
the dance. I think the dance was my favorite episode.
Yeah.
Dance.
Yeah,
Dance
I
infiltration.
love that one too.
Yeah.
Dance Dance Infiltration. That is my favorite episode as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
And John is a big part of that. I think, and then when he steps up at the end and makes a command decision to go after him.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's my man.
That's
My man.
That's
John.
my man.
Yeah.
John.
All right. So our favorites are now. I mean, obviously they're probably going to change seasons or volume, but got those picked out of the way. There's always going to be someone who winds up at the other end, the short end of the stick. Who was our least favorite student? Bad guy, good guy, whatever. One of the students.
least
And
favorite character.
Least favorite character, Shane.
Does it have to be a student, or
I guess not.
because Cardin's not in this volume? So
No.
No.
Yeah, Card's not in his
Yeah, he
volume.
is.
Well,
He gets his
He gets-
butt
yeah, he gets
whooped
beat up by
Pyrrha at
Pyrrha.
the beginning.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
other than that, I mean,
Yeah, hits is only. It's only.
Yeah, I mean, really, we give really
But so
count.
least favorite character. Overall.
Someone has been in it, more than
But
one. So.
in this volume, probably my least favorite character would have been Ironwood.
Ironwood.
Yeah, the general.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
is kind of. Although, yeah, we don't know enough about him to know much.
And I think I might have to change my decision. I think Penny might have been my favorite character. Now that I really think about it,
Oh yeah. Penny's awesome.
because it's freaking Penny.
Penny is
I
awesome.
love her at the dance.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
just sitting between the two guards.
Yeah, if you go back and rewatch it, you watch one of the guards does a robot with her at the end.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, Kirsten, what do you think? Who's your least favorite?
That's hard. I can't think of his name. He's one of the bad guys that are attending the school.
What's his colors?
He's
Silver
got
Mercury?
like silver hair.
Yeah,
Yep,
Mercury.
He just seems bleh. Like he was thrown in character. He's got no, like, I've got no emotional attachments to him.
Yeah.
They
Give or
tried to
take.
be funny in the first episode.
First episode,
with,
yeah, introduction.
And
But
it
the other girl,
kinda
but then
Yeah.
yeah.
he became less interesting at that point.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, I like Neptune more than that guy. Then you know he's pretty bad.
Yeah.
All right, Doug. What do you think?
Well, the funny you should say that, but probably Neptune's probably my least favorite, and I think that's probably because, he's funny comic relief, but otherwise doesn't really do anything.
Yeah.
I mean, he's briefly in the street fight in what was it, chapter 4, I think.
Yeah.
But you don't even see. At least I didn't, and I was trying to pay attention, but I didn't see Sun or Neptune do anything in that final battle.
No.
in
No, they
chapter
didn't.
12.
They basically
They showed
walked
up
in and
like,
was like,
Junior Detective, and then
They were probably coming from eating noodles.
oh yeah.
Senior military.
Late to the
that trumps
show.
Junior
Yeah,
detective.
late to the show.
True.
So yeah, I think Neptune's probably
Neptune. All right. Fair enough. I can get behind that. Melissa.
I think I would have to agree with Kristen. It's Mercury because he's just kind of there.
Yeah.
Because the girl characters that are with him, Cinder and Emerald, are more compelling to me. They have better outfits.
They're at least aesthetically pleasing. They've at least got
Yeah.
that going
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah.
Not even a silver hair because you pull out silver hair doesn't do it for you.
No.
No.
All right. I can't. As a Grizzled Geek, I can't go against anyone with silver hair. So
Oh, that's true.
I would have to say my least favorite this season has been Lai Ren, and the reason why is because I know he's far cooler than we've
Yeah.
Yeah.
seen. Right?
I mean, he doesn't hardly talk.
He doesn't do it. Yeah.
No.
Well, like he has that whole scene with Jean where Jean comes to him for advice. He doesn't say a
Yeah.
word. He just looks uncomfortable. Like, why are you talking to me while I'm in a towel?
He's my least favorite, not in the fact that, I don't think he's a good character. I just think that I think he's a much better character than what we've seen so
He's
far.
been
Yeah.
underutilized.
He's been underutilized. I mean, Mercury, he's a bad guy. He tried to be a little funny there. Even Neptune had some funny moments, stuff like that. I mean,
Yeah.
my Ren's just been kind of blah.
Yeah.
I
He
mean,
didn't do a whole lot this season.
Yeah.
They
He
did-
might not have had as many lines too. I'm not sure if this actually has anything to do with it. But this is the volume when Monty died, and he was the voice for Lyra.
Okay.
So it might be they got Monty's brother to voice him after that. So like everybody says, you can tell the difference in the voice. I never notice it, but it might be because there's a whole volume between when you hear him.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
yeah, because he doesn't really say much.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that might be the problem why he didn't talk a whole lot. But
Yeah.
yeah, he didn't do anything this volume. So
Yeah.
But
Towards
neither
the
did-
end,
Team
though.
Juniper didn't do a whole lot of anything.
Yeah, towards the end though, before they got into the chopper, John did say, "We'll go check on that village later."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe they're alluding to something more happening later.
Right. And you did get to see him fight a little bit at the end there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a little-
And like I said, I loved his fighting style in Volume 1.
Yeah. I want to see more.
He's got his weapons are really cool, and just the way he fights was really cool. So
Yeah.
Well, and it looked like he had some new sort of hand weapons that were like these green things that came out.
Well,
that's his normal weapons have like these
Blades.
they're like machine pistols
Yeah.
with knives on the back
Okay,
of it.
so we've
he
seen
used those
those
against
before.
Yeah.
that snake thing.
yeah, they
It's
hang
like
down
a-
off the front of the barrel.
Yeah, like the guard on the guns is blades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that looks pretty cool. Like I said, I want to see more. Hopefully, we'll see more in future.
So what was
volumes.
your least favorite? Mike, we discussed it yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I read. Just
I was lost.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what we were just talking about.
I was lost.
Oh, no.
hey, Shane's getting better with the Well, now that we have a teleprompter, he can see he can read the names.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, now I gotta practice on remembering something else or getting a better teleprompter.
all right. What was everybody's? I think I mentioned my favorite one, and mine and Shane's favorite is the dance episode.
Oh yeah.
Overall, what's your favorite episode this season? So, Doug, what do you think?
Episode 4.
4, which was
The freeway fight.
The street fight.
the street fight. Okay.
Yeah. I mean
That
that
was-
was. It had. I mean, I agree. Dance Infiltration was a cool episode in that the resolution to the Jean. Well, not exactly resolution, but moving Jean and Pyrrha forward.
Yes.
But the whole infiltration part of it was just kind of like,
Yeah.
okay.
It was a tease.
Yeah, it was.
It was a tease.
Because
Yes.
they're at the school for the whole semester, and that's the only episode in which something happened, and it really wasn't brought up again.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
whatever. So yeah, I really liked episode 4.
All right, Melissa, what do you think? What's your favorite episode?
I believe it was episode 11 because isn't that the one with the train?
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
So I like that one the most for me. Well, especially because we got to see what's the name of the
His wife?
no the name of the teacher that's with
Oobleck.
Oobleck.
yeah, because we finally got to see him in action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. And then the intrigue with.
Yeah, I've got to teach these guys some lessons.
Nice. Kirsten, what do you think?
I've got to go for both of them. 4 was so awesome. I loved the teamwork. I loved that you had said they used like the shipping names to help name each of the team
Yeah.
The
combos.
moves, yeah.
So that one was super fun just watching their combos and everything. But I love 11 because I feel like now we finally got some formidable foes that they're going to have a tough time getting to. So
Yeah,
it was
it's gonna
fun
roll
to
over
see
everybody.
them. Right.
Actually, some stakes.
Yeah,
Right.
they're
Yeah.
actually in trouble. It's like
Yeah.
this is where
Yeah.
it like the turning point of like, oh gosh,
Right.
it's out into the public. Oh, now it's breaking through. Even
Right.
Though, Good Witch did her thing, but
All right, so we got our favorite characters, least favorite episodes. We'll talk a little bit real
Wait.
quick. Let's mention.
Before we go on, I do want to say there was one disappointment in the chapter 12, and that's they didn't airdrop the kids in.
oh,
They did not. They airdropped.
fall from the
I was
sky.
going to say
Every-
people got airdropped, but not the kids.
Yeah, at the beginning of every episode, you get to see all the kids falling from the sky. Like, why didn't this happen?
I want to see them airdrop the kids in.
I just want to point out that that's why I can't show you the beginnings of volume 3 and 4 until halfway through the volumes.
Nice.
Because
See?
they do show you stuff that happens in the volume, and now it's a spoiler.
Yeah. See, but great segue, Doug, because I wanted to mention really quick the music, especially the intro. Like I think I'd be hard pressed to beat this intro for this season. I mean, that's
It's
like
so good.
It's so good. The way the animation, the song itself,
Yeah.
it's amazing. I mean, I've been paying a lot more attention to the music this time around,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the entire thing is awesome. So
And it gets y'all ramped up to watch the episode. Like once you're at the
Yeah.
end of the song, you're like,
Yeah.
let's
you're like,
watch it.
Yeah,
I think
once you could
after-
see the words, I was like, yes, this describes the situation they're in, except for the consequences. They don't ever get in trouble. They were basically said, yeah, go do that.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, once we get through chapter 3, I'll play
Volume
some of
3.
the songs with the lyrics. Like all of their theme songs from their trailers are very very relevant.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
And
we'll take a look back on that. But
yeah.
Okay.
speaking of,
And maybe we'll do a whole episode where it's just like the death battle and songs and peripheral stuff. Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
speaking of the music, I actually got to see watching several of the videos online of the girl that sings what's her name? Shane?
Casey Lee Williams.
Casey Lee Williams. Amazing voice.
yeah.
Want to see her doing some live singing of the RWBY songs.
Yep.
She always cosplays as one of the RWBY characters, you know.
Yeah, you can follow her on Instagram and
Oh.
see, various appearances she makes.
Make sure
I
you guys
didn't
do
know
that
I'll
if
have
you
to
haven't
do
already.
that too.
Yeah.
Yes. But speaking of cosplay, I know some of us got questions about who would we cosplay as. I think everybody knows that we're saving up for my RWBY costume.
Yes.
Once we get that level in Patreon. But I don't know. What do you guys?
How many? Wait, let's actually set some stakes to this because we'll get around to mine too. How many patrons do we need before we cosplay?
Haven't we set a goal on there? 250.
Did we put it on there?
Yes, there's a goal on Patreon.
Okay, I'll have to check that out. So
And-
it will be updated on Patreon if it isn't already there.
Oh my God, we're gonna put that goal on there. My God,
Yes,
cosplay RWBY.
please help
And then
us.
at what point do you have it set up to where you can do polls, like at whatever
Yeah.
level you can like vote? Like we could put up a list of stuff.
Yeah, if
and
you're-
then
Oh, okay.
people that at that level can vote.
Yeah, if you're a $10 or over patron, we'll have polls probably several times a month going forward.
Yeah, the whole Patreon thing is a community where we,
Yeah,
you know,
as we
We have
get
more
more
communities we do.
involved in it, it's kind of hard to do polls now because there's only like 3 people who qualify to take the polls.
Right.
But once we get to a good thing, yeah, we'll throw out stuff like that has to do with RWBY and stuff like that.
15,000 patrons and I'll cosplay.
All right, Kirsten.
We laugh, but like, wait
Oh my
into
God.
our future.
Hey, if there's 15,000 patrons, I can afford to cosplay.
Yeah. If we get 15,000 patrons, he will cosplay as Weiss.
Yes!
Cinder, come on. I want that
Please!
Cinder.
Oh, man, Cinder,
The
yeah.
slinky dress? Okay. Good enough. All right.
Make
I'll
this
donate for
happen. Please make this happen. Come on.
All right, so God, we weren't a Ruby dress. I know it. All right.
Yes.
So, Kirsten, you actually cosplay out of all of us here. You have cosplayed before.
Yeah.
Who would you like to cosplay as? Here?
I don't know. There's so many cool outfit designs in this. I really honestly don't know. I feel like I should cosplay Yang because I love her so much.
That would be a fun
That's a serious
costume.
thing.
It would be a
Cool big
really
old
fun
gauntlet
costume
thing.
to make. And I love learning new things, so I feel like it would be a challenge to learn how to build some cool gauntlet-looking things. So
That's good.
Be like
I'd probably go
10-pound
with that. But I'm open to suggestions, so...
Yeah, so you think?
Comment below.
All right, Doug, what do you think you cosplay?
Well, I'm going to go last.
Oh, you go last.
Okay.
All right.
Because I actually have two.
Oh,
One is
okay.
serious, one a...
what he wants,
Well,
really wants to.
I know that on my behalf,
I posted
he
this.
posted that in jest I had put the most asexual people I could pick out of the show, which was Professor Port and the shopkeep.
Oh, yes!
But in truth, I think Penny's outfit would be really cool.
Oh, yes.
It's got
Yeah.
sort of like almost like a steampunkish sort of gearish
Yeah.
sort of thing
Yeah.
because that's what she is. But I also like Neo too.
Oh, that's
Both of
cool.
them
Yeah,
would
with
be
the,
really
with
fun.
the
Yeah. It
parasol.
would be
Yeah.
interesting to try to figure out the hair because it's two different colors.
Right.
I do have a wig that has the pinkish color.
You have to get the contacts for the two different contact colors.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Well, I don't know if you guys noticed, when she came in, she had pink, and then it turned to brown. Like she blinked her eyes, and it went from pink to brown. And then when she started in the fight, one was brown and one was pink. And then when she was retreating, it was like a silver bluish color.
Oh,
Nice.
I did not know that.
that might be
Did
hard
not
to
know.
pull off.
Well, the idea is like you can choose whatever you want. If you wanted to do one pink, one brown, you could do. You could
Yeah.
do both brown. You could do.
Too bad her hair didn't do that. 'Cause,
That would be cool.
yeah.
Nice.
That would be
Alright.
hard to do too, I think.
So I know.
So
All right.
I don't promise to cosplay as RWBY. However, if I had to pick, I think what's the professor with the blunderbuss?
That's port.
Port.
Oh, Port.
Yeah. Port.
Yes.
It's a blunderbuss / dwarven war axe, by the way. It's
Yeah.
Oh.
Pretty-
Nice.
Totally. 'Cause I dig the weapon and I like the mustache.
And you
That's
can
totally-
have a bust of yourself in the background.
That's true.
Oh,
That would be
that is
perfect for
ego.
you.
That is yes.
Told you I was Mike as a teacher.
It totally is.
Telling stories about himself.
Yeah.
Oh, we ran out of time. Oh.
Okay, Doug. Time's up. What are
All
you
right.
cosplaying as?
Well, no, I actually have two options. One's joking, and one's the joking like if you dress up like RWBY, I'll dress up as cross-dressing John from the dance.
okay,
nice.
yeah.
There you
Thanks
go.
to the dance. But realistically, I like Pyrrha's costume.
That-
I could
Oh,
see
that would be
doing
cool.
Pyrrha's costume.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. She's got the cool bronzish armor kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Classic Greek kind of armor. So
Can
I
you
think
get
that'd
the
be
hair
awesome.
going with like
Oh,
the
yeah, the big
ponytail?
ponytail.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got
Spin it
lots to
around.
work with here.
Yeah, don't ruin prayer for me.
All right, definitely Pyrrha. No.
Yeah.
We can make you a tiara too.
No,
Yes.
Yes. You can pull the tiara.
So we'll see. We'll have people vote on it.
Yeah.
All right.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Oh
Gotta
my
do
God.
$10 to vote.
This
Yeah.
cosplay thing is gonna be the worst thing ever.
It's gonna be the best thing ever.
All right, folks.
We'll set two goals. One will be where we have to get to actually do it, and then how much beyond that we have to get to actually go to a convention.
Oh yeah.
Do it out in public that way.
Yes, you'll really have to pay for that one.
Yes.
It better be RTX or nobody will notice.
Yeah.
True. All right, guys. So now we come to our favorite part of the show, where we pick our favorite comments from the past season and
Volume.
past volume, season of comments. Our shows are released in
I'm
seasons.
actually going back all the way to Volume 1 again. But
Are you? Okay.
Well, we at this point we've only posted a few videos, so it's kind of
Right.
We do have a. If you're commenting after episode 6 or 5, we probably don't. We didn't get a chance to see it, so
Which is why we might get you in one of the other.
yeah.
Volume 3 recap.
Right.
Or mid-season recap.
Mid-season
Yeah.
or so.
All right. So who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
All
Sure.
right, Doug.
Mine is from my favorite episode, 4, from Peter Kleiwer. I appreciate the pun in the description, but I don't appreciate comparing it to a Bay film. Sarcasm. Keep it up, guys. Your reactions are great. And then I responded to him, this is way better than a Bay film.
which is true.
It is true.
Way true, yeah.
Way better. Except maybe Armageddon. I cried during Armageddon.
No, it's a good movie.
True enough.
Don't be big.
Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I cried during Armageddon.
Poor Steve Buscemi.
I was my father. No bitch. No, okay. All right, Melissa, we got a favorite.
Yeah, this one is from Volume 2, and it's Episode 1, and it's from Ruben Bartolome, I guess. It says, well, they sure did start off with the yang.
Hey!
Honey!
And I took that, the they, to be us. We start off with the
We start out with the yang.
Yeah.
That's what I took it as.
All right, Kirsten, what do you got?
All right, I had 2.
Nice.
The first one was the conversation between Neapolitan and Jibby Jab, sorry. And that was the conversation we started out everything with, which is the whole well, faunists can see, and then they rebutted with, well, only some faunists could see. So it was nice to see a conversation happen between it, and we love comments.
And now she definitely knows that Faunus can see in the dark.
I know now! And knowing's half the battle.
My favorite part of those comments was at blue-haired girl.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Right.
Night vision.
Started an Instagram channel
Yeah.
specifically for that.
The other one, I just thought it was really cute. There was a person who was named Penny, and it was the Chibi Penny picture, and she was like, hey, I'm in this episode.
Yeah.
That was super cute.
Very good.
Nice.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites too, actually.
Yeah.
Is it me then?
Yeah, it's you.
All right, mine is actually from Volume 1. It's episodes 13 and 14 from Fall, Farms 1 and 2. It's from The Brennan again. I think we've already picked him once. But this is reference to Pyrrhus as Penny says, you can control poles. And then Brennan says, hell yeah, she can.
Nice. Nicely done, sir.
Nicely done.
Okay, I have a couple here. First one is from Volume 2, Episode 2, I believe. This season's been a little weird because of we got weird copyright flags.
Yeah.
So some of them, usually in our Patreon videos, we include the music, the intro.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We have to react to that so people that are our patrons can actually see us react to the. And because usually it's the music that gets flagged. This season, however, it's been a little weird, and sometimes the ones without the music, which is really the only difference, are the ones that get flagged. So a couple of you guys got to see, a couple episodes we had to put out there on YouTube with the intros,
Yeah, the full cut.
the full cut. So, Girly760 said, "Finally, y'all react to the damn intro." So
The
yes,
intro.
You're welcome.
you're welcome. We did. We always react to the intro, just not everybody gets to see it. Okay, and my favorite one is from Volume 2, Episode 4, I believe. And I'm going to wreck this name, sorry. Holchi?
Holisi?
Holchi, yeah, I'm not
So a
sure.
lot of symbols and some letters in there.
Yeah. It said, "Can you release this daily? I'm addicted, LOL. You guys are so great." Thank you very much. If only we could release it daily. Unfortunately,
When we get to that 15,000 patrons, we probably
we had
Good job.
yeah.
totally do that.
We will sit on this couch every day recording something for you.
Yeah, we don't
That
have
would
to
be
go to work.
fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do have it twice a week. We did the math. It doesn't look like we'll quite be caught up by the time Volume 5 hits. Unfortunately, we will be caught up. We will watch them all, but we won't be able to release them all unless maybe towards the end we can release 3 a week, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll
I think we should keep it at 2.
Keep it at 2.
That way you guys have something to watch when you're done watching it, and
Oh,
then
that's
something.
true.
Yeah, you'll get your fix, but
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, you'll always, yeah.
We'll be reacting to Volume 5 a few months after it's done, and then you guys will have something to watch in the in between times.
yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
Always have something to watch.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we really appreciate you watching us watch RWBY. It's been an amazing journey so far. The first 2 volumes. We can't wait to jump into Volume 3.
Yes.
I mean, super excited after this one.
Yeah. By the way, there's 2 character shorts out there for Volume 5 I haven't watched yet because I'm waiting for you guys.
Oh, see, Shane's not waiting.
Oh,
And Shane will be truly reacting to Volume
that's true.
5.
I have to watch
See?
him. And
Yeah.
And I won't be able to narrate anymore. I'll be too busy watching and reading.
That's right. So, guys, like you said, we love your comments. Please leave more of them down below. We read them all. We respond to as many as we can. And be sure to like, subscribe, tell your friends about us. Be sure to check out some of the other shows we have on this channel as well.
Yeah.
We have a lot of great ones. We just kicked off Does It Hold Up? With
Right.
Kirsten there, helping us along, giving a millennial perspective on Doug and I's old
Like 80s classic sci-fi and fantasy movies.
classic.
Maybe. We'll let you know.
Classic, crusty. We decided.
Yeah. You know, the first one broke my heart, but
oh.
Yeah.
but anyway,
That's all right.
plenty of new shows. Grizzled Game Master, as always, Doug with his Star Wars advice, or Star Wars bitching.
More and more lately. Yeah.
And then the upcoming advice for players in role-playing games as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and we're working on me and Doug are new exciting ideas, so we'll be coming up with some more information about that soon.
Yep.
But like I said, like, subscribe, tell your friends about us. If you want to help support the channel, you want to see me dressed like Ruby, be sure to support us on Patreon. I'll have a link down below.
Please support us.
Thank you guys. You know, we love it that you guys are watching us watch RWBY, and we can't wait to have you watch us watch more RWBY.
Yeah.
So, we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay.
Thank you.